Hi everybody, and welcome to the problem of the day. We're doing another word problem, and this one is also based in fractions because you can never get enough practice in fractions. So just a reminder, I call these read, draw, write problems, and they're read, draw, write problems because we're going to read them. We might mark some specific information, and then we're going to draw a picture to help us solve it. Then we're going to write out an answer. So I'm going to read it first. Rachel, Sylvia, and Lola each received the same homework assignment and only completed part of it. Rachel completed 1/6 of her homework, Sylvia completed half of her homework, and Lola completed 1/4 of her homework. Write the amount of homework each girl completed from least to greatest. Draw a picture to prove your answer. So I read it, but I'm going to reread it again just to pick out some important parts. I'm going to start with my question. So it says, write the amount of homework each girl completed from least, to greatest. So there's 3 girls, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 lines. And then I'm going to say least underneath it, greatest. So I know that I'm going to answer my question. I know how to answer my question. So what I'm looking for is to figure out how all 3 girls how much all 3 girls finished. So I'm going to go through, and I'm actually going to use another color for this. Let me see if I have a thicker marker. Oh, I do have a pink one. We'll do that. So one girl is Rachel. So here's Rachel. And Rachel completed 1/6 of her homework. Sylvia completed half of her homework. So I circled those. And then Lola completed 1/4 of her homework. Now those are 3 different unit fractions. How are we going to compare them? So what I'm going to do to answer this question is I'm going to draw 3 tape diagrams. First of all, my tape diagrams are going to be exactly alike as much as I can make them. So here's one tape diagram. And I'm drawing them a little longer than I normally would, just so that you can see them. So you'll be able to see them pretty clearly. I might actually slide my camera back over a little more. There we go. So, and then I'm going to do another tape diagram. And then I'm going to do a 3rd tape diagram. So 3 very similar. They're same length, the same width just about. And I'm going to label them. This one's going to be Rachel. This one's going to be for Sylvia. And this one's going to be for Lola. So I have all 3 ready to go. Now Rachel completed 1/6 of her homework. And Sylvia completed 1/2 of her homework, and Lola completed 1/4 of her homework. So I'm actually going to do what I think is the easiest one to draw. Sylvia only did half of her homework. So I'm going to divide her box into 2 pieces. Then I'm going to kind of shade in the part that Sylvia did. So Sylvia did a half. So that's a pretty big chunk of her homework. Good for Sylvia. So there's Sylvia's. So I'm actually going to put an X on the half because I did that one. Now I need to figure out how much Lola and Rachel did. So Lola did 1/4 and Rachel did 1/6. I'm going to since Rachel was first, I'm going to go with dividing Rachel's into 6ths. So I'm going to do the best I can to divide my tape diagram equally. So I'm going to need 6 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. So in order to show how much Rachel shows, I need to shade in 1/6 of this. So there's Rachel. So if I was going to compare these right now, I would say that Rachel did less homework than Sylvia. So now I'm going to go on to Lola. Lola completed 1/4. So for Lola's, I'm going to be dividing hers into 4 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces for Lola. She completed, I was going to cross out Rachel, 1/6. Going over to Lola, she did 1/4. So I'm going to do 1/4 shaded in there. All right. So if I'm comparing them, I have an idea of who did the most and who did the least. I could stop there, but I can't. I can't stop there because guess what? I'm not quite done with my problem yet. I need to come up here and I need to write the amount of homework each girl completed from least to greatest. So I'm going to start with who completed the least amount of work. Rachel, Sylvia, or Lola? Well, if I compare Rachel and Sylvia, Rachel did the least amount. But then if I look at Rachel and Lola, Rachel did the least amount. So the least amount that was done was Rachel, and she did 1/6. She did less than, which one? I'm going to go over here to my greatest one. So who did the most homework? Well, we already did 1/6, which was Rachel. So I'm going to cross Rachel out for right now. So that leaves me with Sylvia and Lola. So when I compare 1/2 to 1/4, Sylvia did the greatest amount. So Sylvia has the most. So she completed the most amount of homework. So that's the greatest. So that means that Lola is in the middle with 1/4 of her homework done. So this question was asking us which girl, or the amount of homework each girl completed from least to greatest. So I drew a picture to prove my answer. The least amount of homework was 1/6. Next was 1/4, and the greatest amount of homework completed was 1/2. Thank you for coming in today and trying out my math problem of the day. My question for you is, what girl completed the most amount of homework? So you can find that on your stream page tomorrow or today, whichever day it is.